Yo, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to SJB Speaks. I'm SJB. So look, this is the first episode, not the first video that we're doing, but the first episode in our series, Do It Scared. And that was really my mantra, for starting this channel, was doing it scared. I really had a hard time putting myself out there. And so, well, in the past, that's been the case. But we'll dive deeper, into that. But anyway, just a few quick opening remarks. This is my book, Letters to a Dreamer. So that's where all these episodes come from, the letters, the Sunday readings, all that good stuff. That's me reading letters from this book. So what I've done is I've curated a collection of 144 episodes based on 12 letters, and there are 12 episodes for each letter. And so, yeah, we're just going to build the foundation. That's the whole purpose behind this process. So today's episode is called Nobody's Watching. And that's a conclusion that I came to early on in this journey. When I first hit record, I basically told myself, don't get all antsy because no one's watching. Right? So the journal entry that I have, and each journal entry will be like a thought or a reflection from me followed by something from the book, a quote from the book. So it says, I was afraid to put myself out there for a long time because I didn't want to fail. I realized now that I was holding myself back. Nobody was watching yet. Remove the doubt, keep the excitement, and watch things unfold. And that's from letter number 40, Do It Scared. So all these are going to be from that same letter. But the purpose of doing it scared is, for me, I found that it is an exercise of my faith. It's me completely trusting in this co-collaboration between God and myself. That I've been called to do it, and now I'm being obedient and doing it and watching the rest unfold. So I don't do any of this with an anxious heart. And so there's a certain level of peace that comes with that. And I think we all have the opportunity to lean in to our gifts, because you weren't given the gift for no reason. You're called to use it for something, whether it's in business or entertainment or whatever, spirituality, it doesn't matter. The end goal is the same. And, this journey for me has been very interesting because it's been 12 years of me figuring shit out, whether it was business and doing that and having some success and failing at that. I thought it was failing. Really, I wasn't aligned. And, that whole journey and process taught me so much. But I've always, looking back now, what I realized is that I've always had the ability to do it scared, to show up. My biggest issue has been that I haven't shown up as myself, which, has its own setbacks and comes with its own lessons. But I'll tell you this, with this channel, that's one of the promises that I made to myself. That's why you kind of get to see, I wouldn't necessarily call it raw, but it's not scripted. I'm not trying to show up here as anything but me, I'm not trying to show up as the author or any of that. I'm creating. My hope is that I create a space that inspires others to create their own spaces, to share their light, to lean into their gifts a little bit. And that's why you have to do it scared. You have to do it scared. I saw this post on Instagram today that said, you showing up for yourself, I'm paraphrasing, but essentially it's tied to someone else's destiny. When they see you show up for yourself, then they'll know it's possible for them. It'll inspire them to show up for their self. I think oftentimes we get caught up in the hamster wheel of life, and we forget that we really are these unique expressions. I mean, really, when you break it down, we're all so different. We all have something different to offer. And so whatever it is that you have to offer, I know it might seem scary to lean into it, but you owe it to yourself to at least try. I've been wanting to start this channel for years, and I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Who even cares about what I'm talking about? That's not the point of creating. It's not the point of creating. The point of creating, in my opinion, is to do two things. One, it is to inspire others with your light, and also remind them that that same light exists within them. And the other piece to that is it's about sharing your light so that future generations can be inspired by it. That energy never dies. We continue to be inspired by Maya Angelou, Dr. Maya Angelou. And future generations beyond us will continue to be inspired by her work. And your work can have the same impact. That's my point. But you have to know and understand what the assignment actually is. And don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about, there's this new thing that I've been seeing online. So I spent a lot of time offline for like years. I just got off social media. So now I'm back on social media, but it's just really for the channel. And I'm noticing this trend where people are like, oh, that's cringe. This is cringe. Be cringe and just start cringe, and eventually you'll be cool once everybody, catches on. And it's like, fuck that. Don't worry about any of that. It's all going to seem cringe, whatever the fuck that means. Since when has being yourself been cringe? That's really my point. I'm going to go on a little rant for a moment. No, I'm not. Stay on topic. I'm not going to go on a rant. Maybe in another video, but not this video. I was about to go in. So here's the thing. I just think that it's important for us to realize that we all have something to offer. And don't let the world trick you out of thinking you don't have anything to offer. And if the thing that you're afraid of is being cringe, listen, not everybody is going to like you. Not everyone's going to resonate with you. Not everyone is going to get you. Who gives a fuck? That's not even the point of this whole thing. The point of this whole thing is for you to come into this space and express yourself in the fullness of who you are, to shine your light in such a way that people who may have never experienced God can experience God through your gift. That's how powerful your gift is. But we've been taught to discount our gifts, to chase things like money and fame and, very hollow things. We've been tricked, really, But if you can break past the fear barrier, you can do anything. I never thought I would be recording these videos. I never thought I would be uploading videos or doing a channel, or I always saw myself doing it, but I always stopped myself from doing it. And now that I'm doing it, I'm like, why did I stop myself from doing it? Because who cares? You know, the people who see it and it's like, oh, you know, this is boring, this isn't my thing. It's like, okay, then go find whatever your thing is. There are so many videos on YouTube. What the fuck are you doing over here? And you don't have to tell me that it's not your thing. I don't really give a fuck. It's not for you. But I say all that to say you have to develop an attitude where it becomes solely about you and the work, you know, and forget everything else. And so that's what you'll see on this channel. Me focusing on the work, my book, Letters to a Dreamer. If you haven't gotten it yet, go out, get a copy. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. Do it scared, whatever it is, you know, share that painting, you know, write that proposal for that dream client of yours, start that business, write that business plan, build that website, you know, learn that new language, whatever it is, do it scared, because there's something on the other side of that, and it's going to make it all worth it, you know. But you're not just here just to be here. You didn't wake up today just because. There's purpose in everything. And, you know, God has something for you to do. I'm not quite sure what that is. I know what it is for me. I'm currently doing it. But yeah, just, you know, be kind today. If you can't do anything else, be kind. You know, show a little compassion. And, of course, like, share, comment, subscribe, buy my book, follow me on social media, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, until next time, be well, stay safe, and many blessings. Peace.